Hey everyone, it's Dr. Russell. I'm back for week 2 talking about anxiety. So if you haven't checked out the first week's video about our top 3 supplements for anxiety, I definitely would. But let's right now dive into different herbs for anxiety. So I love herbs and there are so many different herbs we could talk about, so it was really hard to narrow it down to 3. But I went with 3 herbs that are really good for more of kind of acute anxiety, so they should help bring you down to a more calm state faster. There are other herbs that are good for acute anxiety as well. These are just the ones I use most common. And there are definitely many herbs that are also good for kind of long-term restoration, rebalance, things like that. But I figured with everything going on, you probably just need something that, real quick will just bring things down a few notches. So these are the herbs that, we're kind of focusing on today. For these 3 herbs, they're not in any particular order, but they all share the quality in that they have a really bitter taste, which is interesting. Some are definitely more bitter than others. And then they also are very cooling, so they have a cooling energy to the body. So, typically when we think anxiety, we can get really heated. So they have that kind of cooling energy to them. So the first herb I want to talk about is Passiflora, and I think I've probably talked about this at different videos before, but Passiflora, Passiflora incarnata. It's a really interesting looking flower. If you've never seen it before, I would definitely Google and check that out. It looks kind of crazy, like maybe something from Alice in Wonderland or something like that. But Passiflora is a really good kind of calming, settling herb, especially when there's maybe irritability. Maybe you find with anxiety you're getting more irritable and agitated against your family members or coworkers or things like that. And also if there's kind of this restlessness and tension, and heart palpitations. So maybe, you get heart palpitations with your anxiety. Passiflora would be a great herb to kind of support that. So it really just helps calm and settle. You can use it before bed to help with sleep. It's really calming to that. Another consideration, maybe if you have high blood pressure that seems to be related to anxiety, Passiflora also can help with that as well. So it's, again, just a really relaxing, kind of calming herb. It's pretty safe for most people. We would consider not doing it in pregnancy, possibly for interactions with that. Otherwise, for most people, it's really safe. And as far as dosing, all these have about the same dosage-wise for the most part. So I would do about a half teaspoon to a teaspoon 3 times a day. And I always recommend with anything, starting small and can kind of work your way up if you need to. But that's the first one, Passiflora with the crazy looking flower that you should definitely check out. And then number 2 is Scudelaria, Lateral Flora, and there are a couple different Scutelarias. So, I'm talking about the Lateral Flora one, and that is American skullcap. And actually, the flower kind of looks kind of like a cap thing, maybe like an old-fashioned knight's hat, or some kind of armor or something like that. It definitely looks kind of like a cap in some way. But Scudelaria, similar to Passiflora in that it's really calming for anxiety. Also good for tension, but maybe think more tension like headaches or muscle tightness. If you get all tightened up. I've had some patients where they wake up and they notice their hands are clenched. So that might be more of a Scudelaria type herb use, so that would be good. Again, same thing, it's very calming, very bitter, so it also helps a little bit with digestion. Maybe your digestion gets a little off when you're anxious, so that can be really helpful. Really safe, no issues as far as anyone that shouldn't take it. And same again with dosing, about a half teaspoon to a teaspoon once a day. 3 times a day. Definitely both these very bitter, and I'm talking about for dosing tinctures. So for tinctures, definitely put it in some water. I wouldn't take it straight, especially with these more bitter herbs. That would be really, really tough. And then my 3rd herb, and this is a heavy hitter, so I did save this for last on purpose, and this would not be one that I use that frequently, but if you feel like your anxiety is just out of control and you need something that's just gonna calm you down quick and bring it down significantly, this would probably be one to consider. So it's Eschscholzia californica, and this is California poppy. California poppy is, you know, related to where we get opium from, but it doesn't have that addictive quality, so it's great. So it has the benefit of a benzodiazepine, and that it really relaxes and calms you down without the addictive qualities to that. So, you know, you can use it in higher doses to help you fall asleep. It's good for pain, but if you use it in smaller doses, it actually can help calm you and bring some relief to feeling anxious and just kind of calming everything down. Same as Passiflora, definitely don't want to take it if you're pregnant. There is some, you know, possible contraindication. You also don't want to use it if you're already on benzodiazepines or any kind of depressant. So, you know, any medication that is a CNS depressant, or like alcohol, I would not mix that with the California poppy, but very, very powerful. So I would start maybe with a 1/4 teaspoon, maybe just a little bit to kind of see how you do. You can take it, same thing, 3 times a day. And then you could take some, you know, if you wanted to, instead before bed to help calm things down. But this one, again, would be for the heavy hitter to really, really kind of calm the whole system down. So hopefully that was helpful. Those are my 3 kind of top herbs for anxiety. So we got Passiflora, I got Scudelaria, Lateral Flora, not the bicalensis one, and then California poppy. But again, all of them are great to help reduce that anxiety acutely when you need it, and not to wait 2 weeks or something for it to kind of take effect. So hopefully that was helpful. Let me know if you have any questions. And then next week we'll talk more about some lifestyle things that you can do to help with anxiety. So, you know, not taking anything, but things you can do to help kind of manage that and reduce that. So hopefully this was all helpful, and I will see you guys next week for week 3 of our anxiety series. All right, bye.